Hey everyone, Coach Lucas here. Hope you all are doing well. If you don't know me, I am the owner and founder of MSM Performance Academy, and we help players achieve optimal confidence in their performances and in their lives. And so today I want to share with you how that works. I want to share with you our plan for 2022 and how we help players accomplish this. And so number one, I want to give you 30 seconds, just 30 to 60 seconds of a backstory so you understand where we came from and why we're positioned now where we're at. So a few years ago, I started a company called My Soccer Mentors, just myself, helping players achieve confidence, helping players improve their confidence. And the reason why I did that is because for me, confidence was a big deal in my performances. Mental strength was a big deal in my performances and helped me evolve and develop and grow and become successful as a player. And so throughout my journey as a player and then as a coach, I coached at the university level, and throughout my journey as a player and as a coach, I found that a lot of players were getting to the college level ill-prepared mentally. And this was a problem, and I couldn't figure out why was this happening. Why were so many players, including myself, getting to this high level, college, professional level, and they didn't have the mental strength to keep up with the demands of that level. And so I started working at Chicago Fire soccer club, and started coaching youth soccer there. And it was evident that standard clubs across the country, were not helping players on the mental side of the game. Now, things have changed and things have evolved in today's world, but a few years ago, no one was offering this. And so I thought, you know what, this was obviously a key performance component that allowed me to grow and develop, become a good player. Why are we not teaching this? Why are coaches not teaching this at the youth level? And so that sparked my journey on learning how to teach this. I went down this path of researching and studying and figuring out how to help players in this specific area. And that alone has grown and developed. In over 2 years, we've acquired over 800 players from across the world, and it just exploded. It just exploded. And so now we're in a state where things are shifting again. Things are changing again. And so that's the reason why we've now shifted from My Soccer Mentor to MSM Performance Academy. Under this new rebrand, under this new organization, we now have a team of coaches that helps players not just with the mental part of the game, but with all aspects of the game. Nutrition, physical side, strength, mobility, explosiveness, technical and tactical. And so we've got a team of coaches to really help players optimize their performances in soccer, but also in life. Because what we found on this mental side is that everything from life just transitions to what's laid out on the pitch. Everything in life shows up. All the problems or the successes that happen in life show up on the pitch. It shows up in the performances. So we really have to attack this thing from a holistic point of view if we're really going to help players with their most ambitious desires of becoming professionals or playing in college. And so that's the background of where we came from and a little bit of highlights of where we're at today. And I want to share with you our key programs that we're offering here in 2022 to really take things to a new level. And so we used to have a number of different programs. We've now consolidated those programs, improved the quality of those programs, but consolidated them into two key programs. The first one is Pro Mentality Training, and the second program is Peak Performance Training. The first program is Pro Mentality Training. And the Pro Mentality Training, again, is designed to take players who have inconsistent performances, they have hesitations, fears, doubts, and they're just not playing confidently. They know they can play confidently, but They're just not playing with that sharpness, with that edge, with that fire on a consistent basis. And so we help players transition from that level of performance into a state where they are dominating, they are assertive, they are aggressive, they're confident, they become a leader, they become vocal. And that process is what pro mentality training is all about, is to help players understand how to play at this stage so that they can prepare for what it's like at the college and professional levels. And that's the key of pro mentality training. It's important to understand as well the expectations of like how do we get results? Like, how do we even know if the results are there? Great questions. We'll get to that. I'll circle back to that here in a second. So that's pro mentality training. Next, we have peak performance training. And this is where we combine everything. So we have the mentality, and then we add in the physical training, the mobility. And you can't have a proper mobility or strength training program if you don't have the nutrition piece. Otherwise, you really lack in the recovering ability, and you can't optimize the strength there. So there's nutrition and physical part of the game, optimizing the physical part of the game, which is the second component. So you've got mental, you've got physical, and once a player has a handle on that, then we slide into the technical and tactical parts of the game. And that's conducted by, our physical part is conducted by an Olympic strength and performance coach, Leo Goldman, out of Chicago. And our technical and tactical education and training is provided by Philip Klaus, who's grew up in the Bundesliga academies, played for Dortmund's youth academy, and is helping us with that end of the thing. So we have a team of people to really help players optimize and peak their performances. And that's one of the things that differentiates us from a lot of clubs, academies out there, because clubs and academies are focused on the team and they're focused on winning that weekend or that tournament or that season or that year. Our approach is more of I would say like an Olympic approach, where we're focusing on the individual player and we're identifying their key flaws, and helping them understand how to peak their performances for a particular event, whether it's a showcase, a tryout, an ID camp, whatever the case may be. For our players that are trying to become professionals, it's a pro combine. So there's a process to this. Mentally, physically, technically, and tactically, there's a process of developing performances so you can actually peak a player, or in other words, optimize their performances. They need to know how to play at their very best for a particular event. And that's what peak performance training is all about. And so that's our plan for 2022. And what I'd like to do today is just go through an overview, or share with you rather, the philosophy behind the mental part. Because the mental part, honestly, is so key, not just for pro mentality training, but for the peak performance training as well. It all boils down to the mental part of the game. That is our foundation as a company. For MSM Performance Academy, that is our foundation. That's where we grow from, is from here. So what's our philosophy with this? Well, I'd like to share with you this diagram here and what we're trying to accomplish here. So to start, we have the principles of success. There's some key things. There's 3 key components that make up the principles of success. There's the long-term goal, or what we would call the vision. There's self-awareness, or the understanding of where one is currently. And there's self-belief. And so we teach the players this to understand, to get a starting point, to understand where they're at currently, where they want to go long-term, and instilling the self-belief for them to know that they can accomplish this. So breaking down current paradigms, breaking down current belief systems, and rebuilding those with the proper mindset to prepare them for college or professional level. So that's the foundation. That's key. And once that's established, then we move into professional lifestyles, habits. Professional lifestyles, professional habits, and routines. And this is where we take the principles of success and we start to put them in motion. And we start to build quality habits, morning routines, how we're eating, how we're sleeping, how we're exercising, ability to control emotions, ability to have patience. Okay? And those grow, that alone improves a player's performance dramatically if they can get a handle on that. That alone improves their performances. You know, if our players that go through the program, if they get through levels 1 and 2, bang, they're already improving their performances just by eating better, sleeping better, having a better morning routine, having a better belief system, a belief structure to conduct their day and make decisions. And this alone improves the player's eagerness to grow and develop. It improves their passion for the game right then and there. Those two levels alone improves their eagerness, their passion, their fire, and their confidence in their own plan that's going to allow them to accomplish their goals. So bang, we've got momentum now. Then we move into what's called tools of champions. So as you guys know, in life and sport, there's all kinds of adversity. There's all kinds of adversity. Injuries, coaches really harsh, pressure from parents, self-inflicted pressure, beating yourself up. Any obstacles that you could possibly imagine that would come a player's way in sport or in life, is we provide those tools in Tools of Champions. And we help players understand how to handle those specific situations and give them the proper tools to learn how to handle those types of adversities in an effective way. So now we have principles of success. We have those principles with momentum into lifestyles, habits, routines, which can take some time. And now the player has tools and strategies to handle any adversity that comes their way. Bang. Those 3 levels, player has now evolved. Player has now evolved from where they're at currently to now a whole new version of them that's able to take on the world, take on their sport in a whole new way. That alone, those 3 levels alone, will improve players' confidence and mental strength. The next level above that, which really is quite a jump. So we really want our players to master those 3 levels first before moving on to the next level, which is leadership mastery. And so there's three key levels of leadership. Number 1, there's leadership of self. Number 2, there's leadership of family. And number 3, there's leadership of community. And so these players are young. And so having them become a leader of their community is not necessarily tangible in the short to medium term. But they have to have a grip on that long term, because that's an important part here in how they're conducting themselves in life and in their sport. So once they have a grip on leadership, once they're a leader of themselves, once they're a leader of their family, once they're a leader or have a grip on becoming a leader of their community, bang, their performance is going to a whole new level. This is really like a quantum leap right here. Now, finally, this last pinnacle, what we're trying to help players accomplish mentally, the whole goal with our philosophy from the mental side of the game, as a company, as an organization, within our teachings, is to help players achieve flow state. And if you don't know what flow state is, it means being in the zone. So professional athletes refer to this state of consciousness as being in the zone. And so I'm going to share with you a definition of what flow state is right here. And so what's key to understand about flow state is that we're helping the players learn how to become fully immersed. And that's really interesting because that directly relates to the ability to perform really well, especially under pressure, is to become fully immersed. But we don't just teach them that from a performance aspect. We teach them how to do that in sport, but also in life, because again, they're transferable. And so this is the pinnacle. This is what we help players accomplish. And when players can learn how to do this, become fully immersed, fully energized, it taps into their highest potential. And that's what we want these players to taste. That's what we're instilling in here, is teaching them mentally how to navigate to their fullest potential. And once a player has a taste of that, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. So I wanted to give you a taste of that philosophy. Actually, next week, I'm going to be delivering another video like this that goes deeper into that philosophy. So stay tuned for that. But I wanted to give you a taste of that. I want to give you a taste of that to see really what's going on behind the scenes. And so the next question is like, how do players accomplish that? How do players accomplish that? It takes time. Those first two levels there can take weeks. And for every player is different. The journey for each and every player is vastly different. A lot of players get great results within the first 6 to 8 weeks just by improving and instilling the first two levels. But we also have players that are part of our program that have been with us for years, since day one. And they're now playing at the highest level in Europe. And they have professional scouts and professional organizations looking at them, ready to scout them. So this is an evolution. For each and every player, this evolution process is different, and the journey is different. But this framework allows them to go at their pace and allows them to acquire the right tools, the right strategies, the right framework to allow them to evolve the right way and achieve this level of performance. So I wanted to share that with you. That's the key focus for us this year, and has been. This is the backbone of our organization, of our philosophy, and I wanted to share that with you. Now, with Pro Mentality Training, we've consolidated these programs into two key focuses: the mentality and then the peak performance, right? So we really want to improve the quality of those. And so because of that, we're only accepting 15 players a month into the Pro Mentality Training program, and we're only accepting 5 players a month into the Peak Performance Training program. So 15 for Pro Mentality, 5 for Peak Performance. You may ask a question like, Coach, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you help more players? Well, there's a certain level of attention that needs to go into each and every player. And before, we made this mistake. We've brought on players, and it diluted our ability to hyper-focus on the journey of each individual player. And so moving forward here in 2022, we're really just focusing on a certain amount of players at a time. Now, that's really what I wanted to share with you in this video here today, is the goals that we have as an organization, as a company, our philosophy, as it relates to our programs. But also, I want to show you some of the things that are really going to help us with our service. And that's the second goal. The second main goal for us this year in 2022 is to improve our service. And so first and foremost is the players. And so we have this new community, a new online community specifically for players that allows them to ask questions, engage with one another, and communicate with coaches on a regular basis. And it's really cool because these players get to not only get the help that they need specifically, but they also get to see what other high-level players from across the country and across the world are dealing with and how they are finding success. And a lot of parents and players that are in our program find that component is one of the most valuable components. Because when a player gets to see that another high-level player is dealing with the same struggles, the same obstacles, the same issues that they're dealing with, bang, now there's actually evidence that they can find success too. And that connection creates strength within our player community. So we're really excited about growing this player community and adding the right players to this player community to continue to improve the quality and the support for the individual players. Next, we have parent support. We have a parent community as well. So this is just for parents. And the goal with this is to provide more support for the parents. Because what we found over the years is that as it relates to the player's individual performance, the environment or the family structure, rather, the relationships that player has directly influences their performances. And so as a company, as an organization, we can't help a player achieve optimal performance without addressing the next layer in their environment, their family dynamics. And so the key there is to help families and provide support for parents. And that's what this community is all about, is providing help and support and guidance for parents that have high-level players and are trying to navigate this landscape and navigate these precious years in the right way. And we're really excited about that because we've just started this and it's new and it's growing really quickly. And the quality is there. And there's some key things that we're really excited about diving into to help parents in these specific areas. And so that's an overview of what it is that we're trying to accomplish here in 2022. And if you're interested, if your player is interested in, if you think your player might be interested in one of those programs or services, let us know. We can get on a phone call. My team and I can get on a phone call and share with you the specifics of everything. We can assess the player to see if they're a good fit for the program, because the last thing we want to do is put you or your player in a position where they're not going to get success. And we'll see if what we have to offer fits you and your player and your family. And so again, over the next year, over the next 12 months, I'm going to be more transparent. I'm going to be releasing these videos on a regular basis to give you more insight, more help, more guidance on what's going on internally so that you understand what it is that we're trying to do, but also try to provide you with guidance and value and tools and strategies to help you and your family and your player. So next week, we're going to dive deeper into the MSM method, the MSM methodology, and we're really going to go pick apart that structure. And throughout the next several weeks, next several months, we're really going to try to have this transparent focus in delivering information, delivering quality to you guys. We're going to do this via YouTube. And what I'd like to know from you is, what kind of things would you like to see? Like, maybe just out of this video alone, what kind of questions do you have specifically about what we do or what we're accomplishing and what successes we've had with our players? Like, whatever questions come to mind for you about players, about parenting, let us know, and we can incorporate it into the game plan for these videos and for what we're trying to deliver. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next week when we talk deeper on the MSM method. See you guys.